Welcome, 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 everyone. Welcome to the live stream. Welcome. Give me a second. Let me make sure that, wait, my video is off. Okay, I'm here. Let me make sure I am live on Instagram as well. Okay, I think we're good. Welcome, 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 everyone. Welcome to today's live stream. My name is Lana. Shalom. I'm a certified neurographic instructor and coach. I'm welcoming you today for the live questions and answers session. 1 second. Just make sure I see everything. Okay, excellent. I have a lot of questions that I prepared. The questions that people ask me, they sometimes private message me. My students ask me an email. And I figured those questions would probably be great for everyone to know, some other students who don't always ask questions, or even people who are not necessarily my students, but who are looking for certain answers within the NeuroGraphica method. Okay, so I'm welcoming you to today's session. I will be putting some questions and I will be giving you the answers. Now, those of you who are live here, if you are interested in asking me some questions, as we go along, or if you have some questions of your own for the NeuroGraphica method, I'm inviting you, I'm welcoming you to please write it down as a comment. I will be very happy to see it. I will be very happy to answer it. Okay, so welcome, welcome, welcome. Let's start. For those of you on Facebook, you will be able to see my presentation. For those of you on Insta, no worry. I'll be reading the questions and I will be giving you the answers, okay? So it will work out great. And you can always watch the video on YouTube, okay? But yeah, let's do this. Let's start the questions, okay? Question number 1, okay? Does every basic, actually not does every basic, does every drawing, okay, there you go. Does every drawing starts with a 2-minute brainstorm? Okay, very important question. A very important question. Does every drawing starts with a 2-minute brainstorming? Okay, it's interesting to start noting that whenever we do a drawing, we follow the 8 steps of the algorithm. Okay, it's called the base algorithm. It's also known as the Piskarev's algorithm because it's a unique algorithm that's only being used in the NeuroGraphic method. It consists of 8 steps, okay? I already have videos where I explain each step of the algorithm. And coming next week, I believe, I will be actually creating a new video where I will be telling you about the 8 steps again. Okay, so the first step, as you can see, it's called topic. What is the general name of the goal? The first step, whenever we start the drawing, remember, that's what I was kind of trying to explain yesterday. This is not just about art. It's beautiful. It's amazing. It's a creative method, but it's not just about art. It's a coaching tool first and foremost. It's a creative coaching tool, right? It's an artistic coaching tool. So that's why it's very important that whenever we start the drawing, we must always put, what is your goal? Why are you making this drawing? Okay, it's about, practicality. It's about creating something beautiful, creating a beautiful piece of art, but also making it very practical. I am drawing to reach my goal. Well, what is my goal, right? It's like getting in a car. Are you going to get in the car and just sit there, or are you going to get in the car, turn it on, and drive around with no purpose, no direction? No, you need a direction. In order for the GPS to give you directions, the Google Maps or whatever Waze maybe you use, whatever GPS platform you use, you need to put the address. The address is your goal. Same thing here. What is your address? What is your goal? Where are you trying to get? You are here right now, but you need to get somewhere in life. Where are you getting in life? And that's your goal. In order to do that, we need to set a topic. We need to set a goal. To set the goal, one of the best ways and the most popular way to do it is brainstorming. In the NeuroGraphica method, we use brainstorming as a way to figure out what is my goal, where am I going, where do I want to go. And it often happens, you think you want to go to the store, but really you want to go to the playground. Okay, you think you want to go to work, but most of the time, what you want to go to the beach. Okay, that's probably a more popular example. But and sometimes the opposite. You think you want to go to the beach, but sometimes you just think about work, and you're like, no, 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 I need to finish this project, and you want to get to work. Okay. The important thing is to be aware of this, to start being more aware of not just what's on the top of your conscious, but rather what's on your subconscious, what's on your deeper part of your subconscious, and within your graphic method, this is the video called the Pyramid of Consciousness. It explains how we go from the very first step to the 8 steps, how we go deeper and deeper within our subconscious, within our unconscious, that part of our consciousness that most of us are not even able to even penetrate, to get into. Sometimes some people can achieve it through something called hypnosis, but this is a safer method. We don't need to do hypnosis. We don't need a different specialist, okay? All you need is a marker, a paper, some pencils, some coloring, right? Pencils, highlighters. We talked about it yesterday, the tools of the trade. And then you can start working with your subconscious. You start figuring out, what is it you really want to be? You want to go to the beach? You want to go to work? Or you want to go visit somebody? You're looking for some, companionship. Or maybe you just want to go shopping. Okay. You need to figure out what's on your forefront. Is it money? Is it health? Is it a project? Is it a professional goal? Is it a personal goal? Is it relationships? That's why we need to do the brainstorm. The brainstorm lets us go beyond the clutter that everyday life creates for us, okay? Again, if you have any questions, you are welcome to write it down. Check. 1 second, let me make sure I can see your questions. Okay. Let's go to question number 2. Question number 2, going back to we're still staying on the brainstorming topic, okay? It's interesting to start noting, start paying attention. When we do the brainstorming, I always ask, okay, there are 2 ways to deal with your brainstorming. There is a quantitative way, you're going to count your words, and qualitative way, you're going to figure out what are the words. Quantitative words, let's look at the quantitative. Quantitative is counting your words. Within 2 minutes, we always allocate 2 minutes. Within 2 minutes, you need to write at least 18 to 20 words. Okay, 18 words is a significant number of 18. It represents, kind of every aspect of your life. There is a lot of spiritual significance to that number. Number, say, 18 means life, okay? And it's interesting to start noting. If people write less than 18 words, okay, I have that. Mostly this happens with people who are new. Okay, those of you who are in the specialist course, pay attention. This is what will happen when you get new cold clients, okay? I recently worked with my son. He needed to do something for a professional goal. And I asked him, I told him, when you write down, make sure you write down anything and everything that comes to you, okay? It can be a body sensation, you can start feeling your tummy or your head or your hand or your back, write it down. If it's an emotion, write it down. Mad, sad, angry, happy, worry, anxious, write it down. If it's a thought, most people connect it to their thought, okay? Whenever you say brainstorming, most people write down their thoughts, because this is, in the Western world, we're connected to the thoughts much more than our body or our emotion, okay? The Western world puts the emphasis on the thoughts, on the mind process, much more than any other. So most people write down the thought. Why? Why do I want this? What is this about? What does this represent? Various thoughts. Some thoughts may be, relevant to the goal that you wrote down, Some words, some thoughts will be not relevant. You still write it down. Okay. At the end of the 2 minutes, I asked my son, I said, what do you, how many words did you get? Can you kind of specify, bring out the most significant words? He says, oh, it's not a problem. I have 5 words and they're all significant. Okay. And this is an interesting one. Even though I told him to write everything down, when you have less than 18 words, this signifies that you think too much, that you are putting too much significance on just the goal itself, that you are thinking that whatever is relevant to the goal is what I should be writing down. You're trying to control the situation. When we do the brainstorming, the most important thing to do, I always say this, I say breathing in and out. Pay attention also to your breathing. You can actually write it down, breathing, okay? Because that's what you are doing at that second, at that multi-second. You need to do breathing in and out and let go. Just let it go. Let go of the situation and record. Write down anything and everything that happens to you when you are looking at your word goal, okay? If my word is health, I'm looking at the word health and I start paying attention. What do I feel in my body? I start feeling my lower back. What else do I feel in my body? I feel my ears. I feel the center of my eyes. I actually feel my eyes closing and opening. Those are body sensations. Start becoming aware of them. I start paying attention to my emotions: mad, sad, angry, happy, scared, worry, fear, joy, right? A lot of people start paying attention to their emotions after that movie, right? I forgot the name. You guys know what I'm talking about, the Disney movie. My kids love it, right? I have a friend. When I started working with her doing NeuroGraphica, she was mesmerized when I would talk about emotions. She was like, I don't understand what you're talking about. She would give me always a thought whenever I would ask her for an emotion. And then she watched the movie and she goes, wow, I think I just realized emotions are a part of us. And I said, yes, they are. Okay. So start paying attention to your emotions. And of course, like thoughts, like I said before, thoughts are going to be the most you're going to experience during the brainstorming. Why do I want this? Do I want this? I don't want this. I want it. I'm scared. Now, scared would be an emotion, but it doesn't matter. You're writing it down. Most people think scared is a thought. It's an emotion, okay? I hope I get this. I don't know if I want this. I actually want to talk, and sometimes people write things that may not be relevant. If I'm talking about health, I'm going to say, I want to buy that dress. I want to go on vacation. I want to go to the beach. I want warmer weather. You may think it's not relevant, but maybe somewhere within the, depths of your subconscious, they're somehow relevant to your goal. So write it down. Even if you're not sure, you can write it down. Not sure. Everything that comes to you, write it down. Relax, let go of the situation. Just write anything and everything that comes to you, okay? Less than 18 words, it kind of signifies that you're controlling. 20 words, if you have 20 to 30 words, that's like you're toward the beginning of your goal. This goal is a new goal for you. You're not sure yet. So not as many thoughts will come to you. Not as many associations will come to you. So there will be less words. The more words you have, like 40 words, 50 words, that means you have been thinking about this goal for much, much longer. You've been working on it for quite some time. So you are generating more associations, more words with this goal. Some people have more than 50. 50, 60 is the goal that you've been thinking for a long time. You probably toward the middle of achieving this goal or even toward the end of achieving this goal, okay? One way or another, remember to always do brainstorming whenever you start working with a goal. Okay, it's very important. Let's go next, okay? What's the next question? By the way, if you're watching this in a YouTube video, you are welcome to write your questions in the comments and I will answer them in the next question and answers videos, okay? This is a very interesting question, okay? It's relevant to the pyramid of consciousness, okay? It's very interesting because In the pyramid of consciousness, again, I already have videos about the pyramid of consciousness. I'm going to actually make a new video, a new type of explanation about the pyramid of consciousness, but there is a word egregor in there. One of the levels in the pyramid of consciousness is when we work with big figures. This is the level 4.2 archetyping, step 4.2 archetyping. When we start kind of penetrating the level of our subconscious that has to do with big figures, with archetypes. And that brings us relevant to the word egregor, okay? It's interesting. So people have been asking me, what does the word mean? I'm not familiar. I don't understand. Can you explain it to me, please? It's interesting. In the Russian language, in the Russian culture, the word egregor is quite an iconic name. It's actually a cultural, like, it's not a slang, but it's a kind of a reference to some cultural understanding, okay? So I want to explain it to you in the English language, and I tried to even, when I tried to do research, I couldn't come up with many words. There wasn't much explanation of the word egregor. So I tried to find as much as I could, okay? Let me explain it to you, okay? The word egregor, it's spelled exactly how you see it here. I'm going to spell it to you in Instagram. Egregor, okay? It comes from the French word egregor, and it further comes from the ancient Greek word egregors, wakeful. It is a concept in the Western esotericism, okay, esotericism, it's esoteric, like believing that there's much more than the physical world that we see. I mean, again, it's considered to be esoteric, but now I think more and more it becomes a part of, like, even social science, okay? Even in psychology now, we start accepting this word as part of the psychic phenomenon, part of a psychological phenomenon that most people go through, okay? It's a non-physical entity or thought form that arises from collective thoughts and emotions of a distinct group of individuals. Okay, I'm going to explain it further. Don't worry. It sounds very confusing, but it's not. It suggests that a collective idea of something could affect you. Okay, a modern example would be a political ideology, a religion, like I said, a cultural icon, something we all believe in, and we follow it. Okay, a group considers to be 10 people or more. Okay, egregor also means obsolete. Okay, it's interesting to note, if we go back to, like, even biblical times, it comes from the book of Enoch. Okay, some people consider it to be like an occultic word. It's not. I'm going to tell you now. I'm a religious person. It's not. Okay, it does come from the Bible. It's about, from the Bible, the origin is an angelic being. Okay, an autonomous psychic entity that composes and influences the thoughts of a group of people. Again, group is 10 people and more. If I get up now and say, I believe in equality, I don't know, I don't want to say anything that, would sound a bit too political or, ideological, because that's not what it's about. We are about neurographic method, no political idea, no political agenda here, okay? But I believe that everybody should wear yellow now. Okay, there you go. I believe everybody should wear hats. Okay. Now, if I say that alone, people are going to be like, okay, that's your opinion. You're entitled to your opinion. And that's true. I am entitled to my opinion, just like everybody else. Okay. As long as that's not a hate speech. Okay. Of course. But what if I gather 10 people and we all go out and we say, we believe that everybody should wear hats. We believe everybody should wear pink gold earrings. Okay. Now, if 10 people gather, people are going to start paying attention to that group, because that's already a significant number. It's more than one person. What if 50 people gather? More than 10. 50, 50, 100 people gather. The more people we have, the more energy I collect about a certain idea, ideology, opinion. Remember, when I said wearing yellow, it started as an opinion, but the more people I gather, the more you're going to believe into my idea, into my ideology, into my opinion. Okay? Any ideology started as an opinion. Any thought form started as an opinion. Okay? The synonym for an egregor would be hive mind, collective intelligence, group mind. swarm intelligent, gestalt. The word gestalt is connected to the idea of egregor. You know, enough people gathering together to create wholeness. If again, one person is thinking I should wear yellow, it's an opinion. But if 10 people or 50 people wear it, you're like, oh, that's an interesting idea. I should start thinking about it. Maybe it's important. Maybe it means something, right? That's how marketing works, advertising, right? Group ego. In psychology, we look at it as a group ego. Okay, one person is just one ego. I just think yellow is important enough. But if 10 people think that way, it's going to start entering your mind and thinking, oh, maybe it's true, right? Like a famous psychological experiment that was done. They gathered 10 people and everybody have a screen in front of them. Okay. And everybody is showing a white cube. Okay. I may not be right about the color, but it's a famous experiment. It's something similar like that. Okay. They're showing a white cube. Now, everybody one by one are asked to say out loud, what do they think it is? So 9 people out of the 10 will say, I saw a black triangle. Those 9 people are sit-ins. They were put there on purpose to influence the research. The 10th person has no idea that this research is made on influence of the mind. So even though in the beginning, he looked at the screen and he knows he clearly saw the white cube. But when he heard the other 9 people say, yeah, white triangle, he started thinking, maybe I saw something wrong. Maybe I am wrong. You know what? 9 people cannot be wrong. When the first person said, he's like, oh, come on. Is he serious? We all saw the same thing. Yeah, they were told that they all saw the same thing, okay? The second person saw it. He's like, something is wrong with them. The third person, by the time it became 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th person, he started thinking nothing is wrong with them. It couldn't be 9 out of 10 thinking something wrong. Probably something is wrong with me and my vision and my brain. I am the one who saw it wrong. It wasn't a black triangle, a black square. It was a white triangle or whatever it is. You get the point I'm trying to make, okay? That's the idea. This research has shown the influence of group on an individual. And this is connected to the word egregor. Egregor is one person is one energy. 10 people or more is collective energy, collective ego, collective thought form. When 10 people say the same thing, you will start listening. You will start thinking, you know, maybe they have something. Maybe it's important. Maybe they're right. That's called an egregor. If you want to create any egregor, we all follow egregors in the world. Some of us follow a religion. A religion is an egregor, a belief in something. All the religion follow one major egregor, God. God is a higher being. Remember, we talked about it the other day, that field lines is about higher being. Some people say, I'm an atheist. I don't believe in God. In that case, it doesn't matter. They still believe in some kind of higher being. They just call it different. They say it's a universe, right? But it's still a higher being. We just call it differently. We all follow an egregor called government rules. That's an egregor. Okay, if the government, the body of government, let's say the government would consist only of one person, the president, would we listen to just one person? No, that's why governments consist of bodies, you know, president, vice president, you know, all those ministers, right? Like when you look now at the United States, the new president that's picking different ministers, you know, the cabinet, people are interested. They want to know. They want to know what's the egregor. Who are the people? What their thoughts? What are they following? Again, no political agenda here. That's not what it's about. I'm explaining to you a psychological phenomenon here. Okay, NeuroGraphica. When NeuroGraphica came to the United States, when I was the only one talking about NeuroGraphica, my video was the very first video in the English-speaking world talking about NeuroGraphica. People are like, I don't know what you're talking about. That's your opinion. Even though in Russia, I'll tell you, it was already a huge egregor. Now NeuroGraphic is an egregor thought form. It's an egregor idea. I notice more people come, more people are interested, more people start following me, subscribing. By the way, if you're watching this on YouTube, please like the video and subscribe so you can enjoy more content from me, okay? But that's an interesting part. So egregor is a very important concept in psychology, okay? Community members, even in the family, in your family, think about it. Who do you follow? Okay, everybody have their own connection. Even as a child, did you listen more to your mom or to your dad? Whoever you listen more, that's an egregor. Even though they're one person, but they have a more, energy centered. You kind of follow, you're kind of drawn to them more. They have more power in the family, okay? Shh, don't tell anybody. But that's what it is, right? Sometimes the mom, sometimes the dad, right? In the traditional role point of view, right? The family member, traditional, we talk about very, very, very conservative. Now, traditional conservative has changed. If we're talking about 100 or 200 years, of course, the father was considered to be the egregor. He's the one that followed the most, right? Nowadays, it's not necessarily so, right? Sometimes it's a mother, sometimes it's a father, sometimes it's a child, right? The parents do what the child wants, right? But the real parents, they're the ones who should have powers, right? Because the parenting is not just about loving a child, it's also creating safe space and safe boundaries for the child. Okay? And that's the idea. Political groups are egregors. When you believe in one political group than the other, when you believe cultural icons, right? When you follow celebrities, right? Swifties are an egregor. Okay? Anything, any person who has more than 10 followers, guess what? You're already an egregor. Okay, just wanted to let you know. Okay, let me see. Excellent. Let's go further. Let's go answer the next question. Very interesting question. Okay, we didn't talk about the egregors. I'm going to touch upon it. This was important. Please remember what I'm telling you when we're going to do the pyramid of consciousness. Okay. Question number 4. I have, I think, 5 or 6 questions for you today, okay? Question number 4. This was actually a student of mine, a follower of mine. Thank you for this video, Lana. It was a refresher, but it's also new info for me. Now, a question regarding the 40 circles exercise. Number 40, is it significant? Can it be more circles? Many thanks again. Okay, let's talk about it. The reason I actually chose this question is because 2 days ago on Sunday, I did the drawing with the circles. Okay, the gratitude drawing that we did, it was actually based on the 40 circles algorithm. In the 40 circles algorithm, I think I have 2 or even 3 videos open. Go to YouTube, write Lana Shalom, 40 circles. You will come up with at least 2 or 3 videos that I made on 40 circles. The significance of number 40. It's a metaphysical significance. It's a spiritual significance. It's considered that 40 is a maturity. Okay. When you reach the age of 40, you become more mature. Okay. In many religions, there's actually a rite of passage when you turn 40. I know in Judaism, when you turn 40, you can study Kabbalah. 40 is basically, like you are turning a certain age. If we look at the elements, 40 is a time when you kind of reach a certain, heights within your career. This is the time. It's also like, if you think about it psychologically, sociologically, middle life crisis is considered connected to the number 40. Now it may be a little less, a little more, but that's what it is. Around the age 40, people start thinking, okay, what's going on with my life? Because it's also connected to the body. People start becoming more aware of the fragility of their body, of the fact that the body is aging. They start noticing, right? With women, it's more wrinkles, right? The weight, gaining weight, or in many cases, most cases, losing weight is kind of different, right? Than it used to be when you were young. You can go on a diet and right away you start losing, you start shedding pounds. The older you get, the harder it gets. After the age 40, it gets harder. You start noticing that it doesn't just, it takes like not just 1 week. It takes much longer for you to start losing weight, for you to get in shape. Anything, if you start doing any activities, it takes much longer for you to get it into a habit. 40 is about age. 40 is about a number. The significance of number 40 is that it's an egregor. There you go, connection to the word egregor. Remember, I talked to you, number 10 is the minimum for an egregor to take effect. Number 40 is a good enough number for an egregor to become like substantial in the world. the energy of that thought of whatever the idea that's connected to number 40, whatever the goal, let's say you're going to write and you're going to draw 40 circles about it, it kind of has enough energy to definitely enter your life, to definitely come true. Okay, so the algorithm of 40 circles has to do with number 40. It's significant. Now, it's interesting to know, the question is, can we draw less? You can do less. Like I said, remember the lowest number is 10. If you do 10 circles, that already will enter your mindset, your conscious will stay there, will start, spreading the roots. If you do 18 to 20, think about connection to the words we did with the brainstorming. Why does it have to be 18 to 20 words? Because that's the beginning of your consciousness. That's entering your subconscious already. If you do more than 30, 20 words, 30, 40 words, if you have 40 words on something, remember what I said, that means that goal is already entered your subconscious. That goal is already on the way of coming true, becoming realized. 40 is a significant number for whatever thought, whatever goal you have to enter and become an egregor in your life. It has enough energy to come in and settle down. So whenever you have a goal, it's a great way. One way is to do the ARL, the algorithm for removing limitations, to remove all the limitations that you have about a certain goal. Another way to draw would be adding 40 circles. This way you kind of make sure that goal becomes an important goal in your life, in your subconscious. Okay. Let's do more. Okay, let's go further. Again, if you have any further question, you're welcome to write your question in the comments. I'll be happy to answer. Question number 5. Does it matter if I don't understand right away? Yes, people actually ask me that question. I'm going to tell you right away. It's absolutely normal. It's absolutely fine. It would actually make sense if you don't understand things right away, because this is such a new concept. This is such a new method. Remember, we talked about the word egregor? The word NeuroGraphica has become like, people started becoming aware of the word, but they don't fully understand it because it hasn't fully settled within your subconscious yet, or even conscious, right? It hasn't fully make sense. And that's okay, because I'll tell you, it took me, I think, about a year or two, even as I became an instructor. It took me quite some time. I started to teach it to others. I started understanding it more. As I started to draw more, I started understanding it more. The right answer, the most absolute answer would be, the more you practice, the more you will understand it. And that kind of makes sense to us, right? It's not just about theory. You can listen to everything I say, but if you actually take a piece of paper, take a marker, start drawing your neural lines, start doing the rounding, take the course, start doing the algorithm for removing limitations, start actually bringing balance, harmony in your life, the more you're going to notice transformation within your life, the more it's going to be a part of your life on a deeper subconscious level. And you're going to start, it's like ripples in the water. You're going to start seeing effect. First, it will be in your life. Then you're going to start noticing how it transforms the life of people around you, the life of your family, the life of your neighbors, your community, your city, your town, the world. Okay? Start paying attention, start believing that, yes, even though it looks like a small thought now, but guess what? With time, this thought will become an egregor. Just start believing and start drawing. Start bringing energy to whatever goal you have so that it becomes substantial and becomes realized in your life. Okay? So yeah, don't worry about it. Watch more videos. That's why I do all of this explanation, for you to become more familiar, for this to enter and settle within your mind. Things need to be processed. Things needs to be settled, okay? It's like when you just get married or you just start dating somebody. In the beginning, it's new. It's a bit, awkward. It's a bit like exciting. It's time you become settled, right? It's not necessarily as exciting every time you see your husband or every time you see your boyfriend. But settling has its advantages. It's also not as disappointing, right? When you don't get something, or you get something you don't expect. You become aware of certain things. You become comfortable. Comfort is an important idea within human life. In order for anything to become comfortable, it needs time. It needs time to process and settle down, to put roots, okay? Let it happen. Start practicing. Practice more. The more you practice, the more you will achieve. And the more you will understand. I promise you that, okay? Things will, I promise you, like at one point, things will just start making sense for you, okay? Last question we have for today. I went to the NeuroGraphic to just coach for myself, just work with myself. Any sources that give a good explanation step by step. How do I do this? How do I learn? I'm inviting you to take place to actually sign up to learn and join the NeuroGraphic Basic User course. Okay. The NeuroGraphic Basic User course is available on my website, neurographicausa.com. Welcome to join it. Welcome to buy it. Okay. You will learn all of this. Look at this. I'm going to tell you what you're learning there. Okay. The foundations of the NeuroGraphic method, the 5, actually, there's now 7 more and main algorithms. Okay. The algorithm for revealing an intention. I have a new version. I'm going to put a refresher. It's coming in December. I'm adding more refreshers, more videos explaining how to do the algorithms. Algorithm for removing limitation, classic. Then there is express, the stretching express, okay, with the lines. There's the express with the shapes. There's the new ARR. I'm going to call it ARJ because that's what the Institute is doing. Algorithm for removing judgment. Okay, when you feel like somebody's judging you, that people are labeling you don't like it. You're like, I work on myself, but how do I go against the stigma of the social surrounding? That's ARJ, algorithm for removing judgment. It's an amazing, phenomenal algorithm. We have a new algorithm connecting the ARJ with ARI. How do you go from removing the judgment into creating, following, getting to something new, creating new pathways for you to achieve to your goal, okay? I will be teaching you how to do the reflection process and phenomenology. I will be bringing that information into open very soon. Starting next week, I'm going to do a series of open videos that has to do with the basic user. It's like an intro to the basic user course. I'm making it open for everyone. We're going to talk about the 10 principles of NeuroGraphica. We're going to talk about the reflection process. We're going to do practical. Remember, with me, it's not just theory. We always do practical. I tell you more how to practice. Okay, the 8 steps of the algorithm. Let's talk more about the 8 steps. Let's understand more. What is it about? Let's talk how it's connected to the pyramid of consciousness. I'm going to make one video separately about the pyramid of consciousness, and then I'll make a video where I put the connection. How are the 8 steps of the algorithm connected to the pyramid of consciousness? Let's figure it out. Where do they connect? Each step connects to the pyramid of consciousness, okay? When you sign up, you get a bonus. The new bonus I have is not the neuroshapes, it's the neuro miracles. As we're entering the miracle season, Thanksgiving is coming right after Thanksgiving and during Thanksgiving, right? Many people do shoppings and stuff, right? It's about entering the miracles, the winter. We talked about it on Sunday. The time winter is about blessings, seeking blessings, giving blessings. And that's how you experience miracles, okay? Miracles is about, starting to believe first that there is a miracle, and then you start experiencing in your life, okay? Basic user course is a perfect course for you to start, understanding what NeuroGraphica is about, start practicing NeuroGraphica. Most importantly, it's the best way for you to start seeing results of the NeuroGraphica method in your life. You're going to start seeing transformation, ripples in the water. First, it's your own circle. Then you're going to start seeing the ripples around you. More and more, you're going to start seeing ripples far, far, far out there. You're going to start seeing the world being changed. And this is what we strive. This is the reason why Pavel Piskariov, the founder, PhD, Pavel Piskariov, professor, he created this method. And I want to, again, remember gratitude. Do this practice every single day. What are you grateful for? Write 2 things, 3 things, 5 things. Remember, Gregor? 10 things. If you write 10 things you're grateful for today, you are making it an egregor in your life, okay? Pavel Piskarev is an egregor. He didn't just create the method and just say, okay, I guess I'm going to start bringing all the stuff into my life. No, he was caring about the world. He wanted to make sure that the world is changing. He wanted to bring transformation to us, to take advantage of this beauty, of this amazingness that this method offers you. Learn, draw, see results, share with the world, okay? I don't know if I'm going to get a chance to go live tomorrow. I will try. If I go live, it might be at 11:30. I might go at for half an hour. I will announce tomorrow morning because of Thanksgiving weekend. The schools end earlier, so I'm not sure I'm going to be able to do it. But if I am, I will come and talk about something else. We'll talk more about the method. I will announce tomorrow morning. If not, I'm wishing you a beautiful Thanksgiving days ahead, okay? The whole week is a Thanksgiving. Give thanks, give gratitude, start seeing blessings. Gratitude, your life is full of blessings. See it, be grateful for it, announce it, and you will see blessings multiplying, okay? Wishing you great blessings in your life. And I'm looking forward to seeing you. If not tomorrow, then the week after, okay? Enjoy the rest of your day today. Goodbye.